Joey and Sally called into our Good Neighbor Insurance office here in Gilbert, Arizona last month. Joey could not understand why the ultrasound his wife, Sally, had for her breasts was not covered as her annual preventative check, which has no out-of-pocket, 100% paid by their international insurance policy, but rather was being applied to their family deductible.
Ask Doug about your employer group insurance. It's a series of videos pertaining to your international employer group insurance. In this video, we will share the difference between annual wellness and preventative benefits versus sick benefits of your expatriate employer group medical insurance.
It turns out that the mammogram taken a week earlier showed that Sally had a lump, and her doctor requested an ultrasound to be performed at their earliest opportunity. The subsequent ultrasound was then ordered to determine whether this lump was something to be concerned about or not. Because there was a symptom, this lump, it was no longer in the preventative category and thus was coded by the medical facility as a non-annual preventative checkup, procedure, or also called a diagnostic test. Even for myself, Joey and Sally, when I went for my annual wellness and preventative checkup, I had to pay an office copay for a prescription that was filled annually. When did I have to pay my office visit copay during my annual wellness and preventative checkup? Because I was doing two things during one office visit. I was getting my annual preventative and wellness checkup, which cost me nothing out of pocket for that visit. However, my second reason I was seeing my doctor to write another annual prescription out for this certain prescription, that second reason caused me to have to pay my office visit copay. Joey and Sally. This follow-up test with the ultrasound has now moved from being coded as an annual wellness and preventative checkup to now being a diagnostic test. Therefore, this and any other diagnostic test will be subject to your deductible and co-insurance once the deductible has been met. Another way to explain this is a non-medical way, is when you and Sally have your air condition company perform the annual preventative checkup on your home AC unit. The AC folks come out and do a free preventative checkup inspection. But if they have to fix or replace a part of the AC unit, then there will be a charge for that part and for that particular service. Now let's chat about in-network and out-of-network just for a second, Joey and Sally. When you are going in for your annual wellness and preventative checkup, and nothing comes up that needs to be investigated more, then your office visit is covered at 100% and not subject to a deductible. However, there is an exception to this if you are in the U.S. for your annual wellness and preventative checkup. Out-of-network. In the U.S., if you go to out-of-network medical providers for your annual wellness and preventative checkup, then sometimes your deductible is applied as well as your out-of-network co-insurance. Please avoid using any out-of-network medical providers if at all possible. There are two ways to avoid this from happening. First, when in the U.S., stay in your network of medical providers. The second way to avoid going out-of-network provider is by having your annual wellness and preventative checkup done outside the U.S., where any Western-style medical facility will be in your network of providers. Key note to remember pertaining to immunizations, especially for your children, Joey and Sally. Usually immunizations, especially for children, are covered 100% as part of your annual wellness and preventative checkup. But please keep in mind that you cannot expect any and all immunizations to fall under your annual wellness and preventative checkup. Sometimes travel immunizations are not covered. There are certain immunizations dependent on a person's age that are covered under your annual wellness and preventative checkup. Other immunizations are not. Here are two ways to find out what immunizations are part of your annual wellness and preventative checkup. First, check the benefit chart of your policy. If you aren't sure about a specific one, you can email customer service or us here at Good Neighbor Insurance. Second, you may also check out the CDC schedule here. There are tests and lab work that need to be ordered by your physician, and there is a schedule as to at what age some of them should be done. If you have a family history of certain disease, exceptions to the schedule can be made. Here is a great website to provide more information on what wellness and preventative checkup benefits will be provided by age group. We do recommend that each year you and your family take advantage of the annual wellness and preventative benefits offered by your International Employer Group Insurance, Joey and Sally. This is one of the best ways to catch any possible medical conditions while they are more easily treatable and you have the best outcome. Change is always in the air, so please check our webpage for the most up-to-date information on your International Employer Medical Insurance. Have questions? We are just a phone call, email, or online chat away here in Gilbert, Arizona. We wish you, Joey and Sally, and your family an amazing, safe, and marvelous expatriate travels.